Alright, welcome back. This is episode 3 of the Saints Row full playthrough. I just want to show something off real cool right now. You can hijack vehicles quickly by jumping through the window.
Why don't you just look up friendly
It's
fire
really
on
cool.
your phone? It has GPS, right? Check your map.
So this is just telling us the phone. Yes, we can choose GPS locations. So here's the friendly fire, the only one that tells us where it is. Alright. So we're just going to select this one. It'll give you a shortest distance. Now, sometimes this GPS can go a little bit weird, but it's all good.
More guns. Any suggestions?
Yeah.
Generally, it does alright.
That's not a bad idea.
So the driving in this game is a lot more arcade than most games.
Besides,
It takes a little bit of time to get used to. You can hold down space to do a handbrake turn.
Well, we don't have the cash to buy him. Unless you wanted to go ask Josh Burke for a loan.
Also a shitty idea.
Yeah, I didn't mean to
Well,
do
he
that.
won't listen to me. You, on the other hand, could persuade him.
Not cool.
Of course, you might have to seal the deal, so to speak. But what's a little indecent proposal between friends?
All right. We'll pick a fight with the military.
All right. Just remember this was your idea.
Wow, that still exists?
What still exists?
That's where I used to score weed.
You know any chaps around here?
So yeah,
Yeah,
characters
I keep up
just
with
doing
all
a
my
bit of
exes.
banter between each
How's
other.
his flat?
I already offered it to Pierce and the boys.
You didn't answer my question.
I know.
Having some problems? What the fuck is wrong with that?
Yeah, during missions they'll talk a bit. Sometimes even out of the missions, if you have them in your
That's
car,
where I
they'll
had my
talk
first,
to each other.
On second thought, that one's kind of personal.
The dialogue does change a bit if you're a male and female. I have tried it on a female character and it does change quite significantly. Alright, so this is Friendly Fire, one of the gun stores in the game.
Here's the cash
You
I
buy
have
guns
on me.
here, so you can just purchase weapon upgrades. I'll show you the weapon upgrade system. You can choose to buy weapons here. I'm just going to get... It won't let me choose the next gun. There we go. This gun, I prefer it. It's a lot better. It's the weapon the cops will use, and you can improve it with armor-piercing bullets, and that'll come in handy a lot later in the game. There's also some pretty crazy weapons here. We can't afford the baseball bat yet, so we'll just ignore that for the moment.
We're getting close.
Not far, it's on the GPS. Johnny would have liked that.
So, yeah, in this game, buying and upgraded weapons is one of the main uses for money. You also buy stores, which will give you improved hourly income, which I showed you before. You can buy when it comes around after an hour or so, after we've got some properties. I'll show you how you can withdraw money. It's not difficult, it's pretty simple. So in this mission, as you might have guessed, we are going to the military armory, and we're going to rob them of all of their guns. Now this mission is pretty silly for one of your third missions. It's another defend style mission, so we're going to invade them and then defend while our homies come to pick us up. You get a pretty crazy weapon which you actually keep for the entire game and you can improve later on. Yeah, I'll show you when we get to it. It's pretty cool.
Where did that come from?
So this is the bridge to the armory.
All right,
The map
then should all
actually
be in
changes
that warehouse.
dynamically in this game as you go through the
Well, how the
missions,
fuck are we
so
gonna get them out?
Maybe you should have thought about that before attacking an
You should have said.
armory.
I like to live in the moment.
Don't worry, Pierce has that covered.
Enough screwing around!
Alright, so what we have to do is just kill all the soldiers.
Don't think they're gonna let us in.
Shooting them probably doesn't help change their mind.
Yeah, they do a lot of damage, so you gotta take cover for a bit. You automatically regenerate health after not taking damage for a little while, so that's really useful. See, look, my health's already starting to go up.
I've still
You
got
can
it.
see the health as the little red bar around the gun and the ammo down in the bottom corner. it's quite useful. You can get health upgrades and health regeneration upgrades as well as damage reduction upgrades.
Was impressive.
So don't worry, you do get stronger later in the game. These guys take a lot of bullets, unless you hit them in the head, which is not quite a one-shot because they have helmets, but it's pretty
Jeez,
pretty
look
good.
at the size of that thing. Bet that's a hell of a way to end a gunfight.
You're right. Let's take it with.
As you
Yeah,
guessed
right.
it. This is a
Wait,
bomb, and they're going to
you're
steal
serious,
it.
aren't you?
So they take about 2 to 3 headshots to kill. It's definitely the most effective way to kill them. Don't be afraid to try and hit them more often, but it's definitely best to try and aim for headshots. I haven't actually played this game or the predecessors on the consoles, so I don't know how much different it is. This is the PC version, obviously, and obviously aiming on a PC is a lot easier than on a console,
Keep it up.
as you don't have to worry about using the joysticks. So once you've taken out all the guards, it moves on to the next phase. Can't actually see his head, so I'm just going to shoot him. Alright, I'm going to get in a better position. Alright, so this is the introduction to a special weapon.
Here's
You
the
have
weapons
certain
cache, and
weapons, you
these
have
look like
explosives
UAV
and
drone
special
controls over
weapons.
here.
Looks like UAV drones.
So just pick up all the guns
Who
around
talks
here.
like that?
Okay, is this really the time?
I'm just saying.
And here are the UAV drones. A very unique and awesome weapon. You just have to hold position for a little bit, and then I'll get to show off some UAV drones. Ah, there's some tanks. Yes, you can get tanks. You can actually easily get tanks in this game. It won't happen till later on, but once you do, it's really useful. Some missions will have tanks appear out of nowhere, and the only way you can get rid of them is either have a high stock of RPGs or just call in a tank and then kill it. It does make a lot of missions feel kind of cheap because you could just call in a tank or a VTOL. But, I mean, it's a lot of fun driving tanks, so it doesn't really feel that cheap.
Move in on the enemy. This isn't going as well as I'd hoped.
You think? Pierce, where are you?
You know me.
So, Pierce is going to come in now with his fleet of helicopters.
If we're staying, maybe it's time to try those UAV drones.
Again with the UAV
So this
drones.
is the UAV drone.
Just shut up and use the damn.
During this mission you have unlimited ammo, so it's really worth spamming the crap out of it while you have the chance.
Let's talk more
Because
murder.
unless you unlock all of the upgrades for the ammo, you can get unlimited, but it'll take longer than the game goes on for. So yeah, pretty much you just shoot missiles out of a satellite. And it's really cool. You can actually use this later on in the game for mundane purposes. You can the ammo is pretty cheap, but you can only carry 3 at a time, so it does feel kind of precious to use it. You can use dumb missiles, which just like this, you just shoot them, or you
You think
can
we got enough
shit.
guns?
Or you
That
can
was a
use,
rhetorical question, I hope.
So once we're loaded up, we're going after Loren, right?
or you can
All in
use
due time.
lock on, well not lock on, missile guided, which you can then speed up by holding that left mouse button. It's quite useful. You can take out precise objectives. But while you're using the UAV drone, you have to be careful because you're not actually safe. If your body gets hit, then it'll take you out of the screen. So make sure you're in a safe position when using this and not out in the open. So this is quite an easy way to take out tanks. You can, once you get to 50 respect, which is the highest respect level, you can get every single upgrade. You have to do most of the, well, you either have to do most of the side missions or spam a few of them to get the most respect. One of them is
Get in the chopper.
Professor
Be right
or Genki's, which is really fun. So it doesn't feel bad to do a lot of the side missions over and over again because a lot of them are really fun. So yeah, we've finished this, so we're just gonna get out of here, go to the chopper. We're nearly at the end of this mission. This is the third mission in the game. So already you can see that this game is pretty crazy and the missions are quite
We
unique.
can't let them blow up the bomb. Or Pierce, that'd be bad.
So this is
Thank you,
a
Captain Obvious.
another rail shooter type mission where we're on a helicopter shooting other helicopters. Can't quite shoot them because it's out of the camera range, which is quite annoying. It's one of the things that I didn't really like about these types of things. Sometimes the camera won't actually allow you to shoot the enemies that you have to. See, it'll show me having to target them, but it won't let us. There's lots of enemies and this is
I'm still getting
quite
here.
an annoying part.
What's taking so long
This
to get
gun
those
isn't very
things
good
down?
for shooting out helicopters. You can upgrade the weapons, which will make it easier to do some of these rail shooter missions. Don't know if we can shoot it this far away. Just gotta make sure that there aren't other helicopters sneaking around the sides. Oh, there's some down here. Because if they get a few shots on him, a few missiles, then the bomb will blow up and you will fail the mission. I have failed quite a few of these types of missions just because I was focusing on one and not the other, on not another enemy, and the enemy gets a shot in and it ends the mission that easily. Once you've played the mission a few times, like 2 or 3 times, you will get to know where the enemies will appear and which ones you have to target first. So even though you fail a few times, the missions will get easier as you memorize where the enemies will be.
I see my ex's place. Take it down over there.
So don't worry about it. If you fail 1 or 2 times, it's normal.
Yes?
Most missions you might not get it on the first time. So here we are coming up onto the end of the mission. This is the first crib you get. It's Shaundi's X's flat. And that's it, I think.
So what's next?
What's next is you go back to Stillwater.
What? No, this is my fight too.
Girl, you don't get messy. Let us take care of business.
Fuck you. I'm doing this for Johnny.
Alright, well if we're gonna bring in the boys, we're gonna need a new place.
You're worried about real estate? We have guns. Let's use them.
Relax, Shaundi. We got it all covered.
So that's the end of the third mission. We're going to need guns complete. Alright, so coming up to the time limit. This is the cash. You get quite a lot of cash from doing these missions. You also get respect. Will we get up a level? Yes, we will. We're up to level 2 respect. So, and we also get the crib. So, and the weapon, the Reaper drone. Alright, now we have the Saints book. I'll introduce that in the next episode. So, that's all for now. I'll see you next episode.